Good afternoon and welcome to this last appointment with PITTARC Welding Wire Experience webinar. This last appointment is held about Nord Stream 2, an important project that will see PITTARC as one of players on this project. Today we have with Fausto Forabosco, the sales manager of PITTARC. So welcome, Fausto.
Good afternoon to everybody.
And I will start asking you an introduction, a little bit of introduction about PITTARC.
Okay, thank you for the question, Flavio. PITTARC is a brand name. It's not a company, it's a brand name, and identified the welding wires that are produced by Pittini Group. Pittini Group is well known in Europe as one of the biggest player in terms of production of wire rod in Europe. We are talking about more or less 3 million tons per year of liquid steel. PITTARC is using part of this wire rod in order to transform it in welding wire. So the attention of PITTARC is focalized on solid wires. That means in terms of welding, submerged welding wires and MAV wires. Mainly we are using the wire rod that is coming from our mother company plants, and consider that the plant where we are producing the welding wires is located 2 kilometers far from the steel mill. You can have an idea on in which way this synergy is working. So in the field of welding, PITTARC is producing solid wires only, but we are doing in a very optimized position, because we are using the wire rod from our mother company. So that means we can control the process from the beginning at the end of the realization of the welding wire. In this field we have got more than 50 years of experience, and I repeat, we are using this experience for the solid wires, and at the meantime we can use the experience, the quality department, and the research and development of a big group, because Pittini Group has got a turnover of 1.5 billion euros per year. So okay, we have got very good potentiality, but in the meantime, we can be very flexible as a small business unit. Okay, I think you are interested about the Nord Stream, Flavio.
Yes. So what about this project? Can you give us like some introduction on it, just
for sure,
just to understand?
Okay, Nord Stream is one of the most interesting projects in the world. Also, it was in operations, the part one from many years, for two main reasons. One is because it's an offshore. It's an offshore project with that is in connection, that connected Russia with northern part of Germany. Is the length of each pipeline is more than 1,200 kilometers. Talking about Nord Stream 2, we have also to spend some words in Nord Stream 1. Nord Stream 1 was the idea of Nord Stream 1 was born in 1997 by a joint venture of Neste Oil, Finland, and Gazprom. From 2003, Gazprom was the only owner of the idea, because at the time it was only an idea. and an idea to connect Viborg in Russia with Greifswald in northern Germany. The Nord Stream 1 is a twin line pipeline, so each line is the length of each line is more than 1,200 kilometers. So one of the big impact of this project is the engineering challenge. Because the cover in offshore this kind of distance was a very interesting problem from the engineering point of view. And after that, we will go ahead with the details by the technical and in which way, why Peter was involved in this project. The second one is a geopolitical region. You have to consider that the direct connection through the Baltic Sea of Russia and Europe finally, and with when the Nord Stream 2 will be in operations, you can consider that more than 40% of the gas that Europe need is coming directly from these two pipelines, Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. You can imagine which kind of impact this kind of energy that is coming from Russia directly can have, in particular on the due to the countries that with this project are completely skipped. I mean Belarus, I mean Ukraine and Czech Republic and Slovakia.
Poland,
so completely out of the business, and the business is directly managed by Europe and Russia. So I mean technical reasons, but also geopolitical reasons. Coming back to some historical points of the Nord Stream 1 and after that Nord Stream 2. In 2005, the Gazprom gave the contracts to Europipe Germany and OMK Russia in order to produce the pipes. The first line of the Nord Stream 1. In the second line, also Sumitomo Heavy Industries from Japan participate to the production of the pipes. The Nord Stream 1 was in operations in 2011, and only 1 year after, Gazprom started to think about the Nord Stream 2. Nord Stream 2 is not operative yet. More or less 150, 160 kilometers of pipe are missing from the sea to the German gas station. But we think that the main owner is planning to be in operations within the end of this year in 2000.
It's almost done project, right?
Yeah, exactly. We are not so far from it. And also about some numbers, as I told you, the each line of the project, because Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 has got exactly the same technical characteristics. The only difference is the onshore part, because in the Nord Stream 2 there are also 800 kilometers of pipes outside the water in Russian territory, and PITTARC participate also supplied also this part of project. As I told you before, the length of the pipeline is impressive. Each pipeline, because Nord Stream 2 is based as the first part of the project by a twin line of pipelines of 1,200, more than 1,200 kilometers each line. We are talking about.
If I understand well, I have to multiply per 4, right?
Correct, in order to have Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. So the impact in terms of heavy industry for the production of the pipe was really huge in Europe. Each pipe has got a length of 12 meters. more or less 24 tons of steel for each pipe. And all this was in offshore mounting, means under the sea. The thickness of the pipe is changing, but it's starting from 30.9 millimeters up to 41 millimeters. The thickness of the pipe depends on the pressure of the gas inside. The steel grade was an APA 5L X70, the base material. And as I told you before, when the Nord Stream will go in operations, the Nord Stream 2, more than 40% of the gas that Europe needs will come directly from Russia. And okay, this is a very impressive for us, and for sure this is the reason, because Nord Stream, the first part and the second one, is so popular and so important all around the world.
Yeah. Thanks very much for this interesting overview. Now it's more clear what is Nord Stream. We always listen about it, but it's now definitely clear. I just miss, I can guess the role of Peter, but you better explain it now, right?
Okay. We are producing welding wires, so we supplied part of the welding wires of the project, of the whole project. In particular, we are talking about more or less 1,000 tons of welding wires in grades S2MO, S3 TIB, and S3MO TIB grades. For sure, the choice of the wire is coming from the engineering before and by the pipe mills. The role of PITTARC was to support our customers, so the pipe mills, in order to select to confirm the selection of the right grades, and inside of each grade also to be able to support them with the dedicated chemistries. Because every customer, and we will go deeply also in the last part of this presentation, each customer has got a dedicated technique to produce the pipe. So maybe not every time, but maybe they sometimes needs some dedicated chemistry of the wire rod in order to perform, of the welding wire for sure, in order to perform in a better way the final welding beam. Our end users, our pipe mills, the pipe mills that we supplied, this is a joint preparation of the base material, used a multiple wire technique with 4 wires as inside welding and 5 wires as outside welding. This is the characteristic, the position of the wires. We have got also a very nice souvenir from this project. That is the picture that is right now in the slide, and where you can note exactly the outside and inside welding. In particular, is interesting to understand that the overlay of the wire has to be absolutely controlled by the pipe mill in order to avoid for the outside welding, to avoid any problem during the painting phase of the pipe. In the inside one, for sure, you don't have to
to lose pressure, right?
Exactly. To avoid any also changing the flow of gas. Otherwise, you have got
imagine
some
1,200
frictions
kilometers is a long way.
Exactly, it's a long, absolutely, it's a long way. And this was interesting. This
Okay, you're right.
speech or
We talk about pipe production, but I think also jointing pipes is part of welding, right?
Yeah, but okay, we have to be clear at this point. Jointing, we in submersible welding technique, you can join the pipes outside of the water on the vessel.
Okay.
That so on the vessel you prepare three pipes joined together. And this junction is done in submersible welding technique. Also for this part of the project, we supplied some wire, two grades mainly, the nickel moly wire and the moly titanium boron wires, in diameter in this case 2.4 and 3.2. The particular of this project and this part of the project was the packaging. Another part where PITTARC has got a long experience. In fact, you have to consider that this wire used for the junction of the pipes is in spool configuration 27 kgs and has to be transported on the vessel that is in the middle of the Baltic Sea. So the weather conditions were not exactly as in standard weather conditions, and so we perform a dedicated packaging with the barrier bags. So we put the welding wire into a wooden box, and the wooden box was completely packaged by barrier bags in order to avoid any kind of some way possible corrosion by weather conditions or something similar, in order to be protected from our warehouse to the final destination, that in this case was the vessel.
Yeah, so I see personalization both in wires, so in chemical aspect about the wires, and also in packaging. So a big range of personalization for the pipeline.
Yeah, we have to have this approach, Flavio. Otherwise, okay, we are specialized in two products only in the welding field. We have absolutely to do in the best way that we can.
That's introduce my question. What kind of customization you made for pipe mills?
Pipe mill is one of our historical customers, and mainly if you consider that in terms of submersible welding wire, PITTARC is able to produce 16,000 tons at the moment, 16,000 tons of submersible welding wire per year. More or less half of this production is produced for the pipe mills, and we started this collaboration more than 25 years ago. So we developed this our technology. We in some way study with the end user the best solutions in terms of packaging. As we talked before, we started with 350 kg drums. After that, we produced the 600 kg drums, and with the new line that will be installed in the next months and be in operation in September, October of this year, we will be able also to produce the welding wire into 1,500 kg drums, so 1.5 tons for each drum. Every one of these drums will be can be in HPP HPP type. That means eye protection package, so able to be shipped overseas without any problem, because it's got a dedicated details in order to avoid any problem of quality of the packaging everywhere the customer needs to stock the wire, because not every time, okay, we have got perfect warehouses and so on. In this way, and also during the transportation, because we are talking about 30 to 35 days by sea, so it means that the weather conditions can be very different from the starting to the end.
Yeah.
So drum is one of the configurations that the pipe mills are using. The other one is the 1 ton coils, as for the picture. Also in this case, we are able to protect the wire in a good way, in order to avoid any problem during the transportation of the wire, and consider that we are working with our customer in order to save time to change over. This is the reason, because we started with 1 drum of 350 kg, and right now we want to propose to the market the 1,500, and similar reason is for the 1 ton coils, because the pipe mills are a huge consumer of welding wire, so every operation has to be also optimized in order to avoid any time losing in the productivity.
Okay, thank you very much. I got it. So before asking you the last question, I will remind everyone listening now that there is a live chat for the question. And to summarize, like your interesting talk speech today, can you give us some reason why choose PITTARC?
Okay, in my opinion, you have to choose PITTARC if you need solid wires, due to the long experience that we have got it in this field. Consider that we are supplying about 30 pipe mills, 30 pipe mills all around the world. Also at the same time, so we have got enough production capability in terms of submersible welding wire, GMA wires, in order to cover the request of the market. Using the wire rod in so big quantity, every time we have got different batches of the same grade, and this is in connection with what I anticipated before. We have got mainly the possibility to submit the chemistry before the project to our end users, to our pipe mills, and so they can in some way also choose the grade chemistry that they need. Also, we are able to book big quantities of the same grade to our partners, to our customers. In this way, they can have, first thing, a constant quality of the welding process. They can for sure save time during the setting of the welding machines in the plant, and finally also they can have a welding book slimmer, if we want to use, because for sure using less batches is you have got also less tests to do it. We can grant, Flavio, also with our production capability, a very fast response in terms of production time and shipment time. So due also to our huge experience with the pipe mills, we are able to grant also customized packaging, as we told before, but also customized solutions. We have got in the past the experience with some customers that was really interested to have a thickness of the copper coating controlled in order to avoid any problem connected with the copper flakes. That and also in this case, PITTARC was able and is able to control in his line. The main lines that we are using was engineered by Pittini Impianti, so it's something that is our know-how in order to control as much as possible the thickness of the copper coating. We are talking in some projects also a range of copper coating 0.03, 0.10 microns. So it's for someone that is using this kind of wires, is something very very interesting to be reached. But this is only an example of our approach in this field and our approach in the relationship with our customers.
Okay,
I hope okay.
Yeah, I see a very big experience and focus on welding wires. That means for your customer a complete dedication and customization and specialization on this product, not like a welding house, but more focus on just one product. So with more let's say dedicated approach to the customer.
Exactly,
right?
We are more focused for sure on this product, and for sure we want to do in the best way that we can, and in order to cover all the requests of the market in this field.
Okay, so thank you very much for your speech about Nord Stream. It was very interesting to listen about. For this first part of the year, we have finished our cycle of webinar, and we will be again live, I think, in September. We hope so.
Yeah, the new line.
We work so. And
with the new line in operation. So
yeah, there should be some new interesting topic to talk about. So thank you everyone to listen today, and to all participants to follow us. Thank you, Fausto.
My pleasure. Bye bye.